What a beautiful morning. So we have an early start today. It's 8 o'clock local time, and we'll be taking a ferry across that water gap there, and it just got to the other side, so I guess we'll have to wait here. So onto the ferry we go. All the way. I can pay this together? Yeah.
One way, is it?
It's one way, yeah. So guys, we just made it onto the short ferry to just get across this 2-kilometer water gap. This saves about 10 or 15 minutes of riding, and it's a cool experience. I mean, this just goes to the other side, stays there for a couple of minutes, loads and unloads, does this every day, all day long. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, you see in the background, this is where we were staying last night. A tiny little sort of harbor town. Was pretty cool. The place is quite a happening place too. So today we're gonna do the Ring of Kerry. We did the first part of it yesterday, and we can do the remaining part this morning, hopefully avoiding the masses of tourists that you can expect here. That's at least what I read about, that this is the most popular area in Ireland. So having an early start is going to help us. Plus it's kind of a long day today. If things go well, we'll be hitting the Inch Beach. That's a beach where you can take your motorcycle onto the beach. That should be really cool. So hopefully there's the right conditions, because the bikes are loaded. They don't really have the proper tires on there, but maybe we can tour on the beach a little bit. Ha, cool. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. What a beautiful day. Yeah, there's something to be said about leaving earlier in the day. It's quite nice when it's so calm. Some of these places have quite a bit of traffic. I was quite amazed by how many cars that squeeze through a small town. Some traffic jams in the middle of nowhere, really. So we're gonna make a few miles now, and then I'm sure we'll find a place to have breakfast. It's gonna be late breakfast, but some of these places serve breakfast so late that if that determines the time schedule, it really sucks. So yeah, we decided to just get going.
Gar nicht so nah ran.
Ja, geil, die glotzen, ne?
Ja, du irritierst dich schon.
Also, ey.
Ja, aber so geile Motorräder haben die auch schon noch nie gesehen.
Also, geil, Alter, KTM. Was ist denn das hier?
Da ist die Wishing Bridge, oder?
Da ist es. Alles klar.
Ja. Der Typ weiß, dass es verletzt ist, oder?
Ja. So we're heading up to one of the main tourist attractions, Gap of Dunloe, the Wishing Bridge. Yeah, you can see it here. Tourists are getting brought up by horse carriage because buses are not allowed up here. And the guy at the store said that it gets really crazy in about half an hour. So if you want to beat the crowd, it's better to go now. We're hoping for a little better weather to let the drone fly. I'm not sure if this is going to be good enough. But you can see there's all this horse shit and it's very slippery on the road. Well, it's a great start into the day. It's only 10:40 at the moment, and we already have the first 100 kilometers under our belt, and it's a nice mix of smaller roads, nature parks, and some of the faster roads like these. Really cool. So after we made a lot of kilometers this morning, we keep pulling over to just check out the amazing views that you get here. And the road is kind of nice too. For a change, you can actually see the road, you know, a couple turns ahead, which you can't with all the hedges around. Oh, it's beautiful here. So this is a nice change of pace, a nice mountain road, like you find it in other places in Europe. A bit faster and a bit easier to see. Wet, well, of course. Yeah, there's been sort of the occasional rain here, but it's nice. So lots of variety in today's tour. From the mountain passes, coastline, national parks. If things go well and the weather plays along, we'll be hitting the beach as well. Oh, there's Inch Beach to our left. That little, get out of the sea. That's the beach. And supposedly you can go there with motorized vehicles. So I'll be very curious what the sand conditions are, how that is on the motorcycle. And people are just on the beach. That is weird. And it's busy too. It's quite busy. God damn it. Alles okay? Oh, hier ist er voll weich. Krass. Krass. Nee. Ach du Scheiße. Ja, wahrscheinlich gute Idee.
Wenn man dann eher wieder nach links geht.
Ja, weil da ist gut.
Habe ich auch mit den geilen Reifen. Ja.
Genau. Wow. Ah, sehr schön. Yippie! Cute little town. You can definitely tell there's a lot more tourism in this area here. Look at this. Looks quite nice actually. So we fueled up the bikes and we washed them down because we had lots of salty sand on the bikes from a little excursion to the beach. Now, riding on the beach, that's always like a bucket list item for me. Always something I wanted to do. There aren't many places in Europe where you can take your motorcycle onto the beach and just ride it along the beach. Now, Inch Beach, it's part of Ring of Dingle. Right after you go clockwise, come from the Ring of Kerry and go into the next peninsula. That's where the Inch Beach is. So we just saw the Duncan Pier. Seems to be quite the tourist attraction for some reason. It's just a pier going down the cliffs into the water. And we just sat on the cliffs, had a coffee. We're just coming off the Connor Pass. And This side seems a lot more interesting because it's much smaller of a road. The other one was just a fast road. I like these better. And the view is just absolutely spectacular. So maybe not the most exciting paths to go up and down, but the view is great. Guys, we made it to our accommodation location today. Got the name of the town. Let's go ending this so fast. So 5:30. That's early for us, and it's on the water, which is great. And it's quite happening. It seems ice cream's popular. So I'll be staying, or we'll be staying at a bed and breakfast, and I guess there's plenty of places to grab a bite to eat. So,
Wie ich hier gedisst werde, das ist unglaublich.
Man, that's a brand new helmet. Just got it a week ago.
Almost.
Was it like 8 years old or something? That has to be the most useful thing to bring along, is a roll of tape.
Most beautiful thing on this helmet, yeah.
If you have a BMW, you have to bring 2 rolls of that stuff, and you got.
Schnauze.
It is 8:40 in the morning. It says 9:40, so CET time. So without us knowing, we were witness to quite the tragedy yesterday. We saw a helicopter coming in. We didn't know what it was. Now today we know it was a Coast Guard helicopter with 2 adults that drowned in the ocean. Apparently one of them, the woman, went in, was struggling, and then her brother came to help. And in the process, they both passed away. Quite sad. Made the national news this morning. We saw it at the bed and breakfast. So anyway, we've got about a half an hour ride to a short ferry. About a 20-minute ferry. I was gonna shortcut today's route a little bit. The last 100 kilometers weren't really that exciting, to be honest. It was just fast roads, not even along the coast for most of it. So the biggest highlight today will be the Cliff of Moher. So that's probably the best known sort of cliffs in Ireland. This is our ferry. It's gonna get us across here in about 20 minutes. Oh, got a nice snack shop here. Oh, cool. Yeah, we met another biker from Italy. So, one of the few bikers that we saw on this trip. Hi. Good, how are you?
I'm good. You know, you're driving right to the very top here.
Okay.
Yeah. This is where you are.
Yeah.
And at the gate here at the corner,
Yeah.
follow that path up along and you can park at the highest point.
With a bike?
With the bike.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. And that's €5.
Each.
Each. Okay, no problem.
Go ahead and
So we're here and we just go that way.
straight and park up here then.
Oh, wow.
Empty room. And then you can go for a little walk to the left.
Yeah.
And you can say you've seen the Cliffs of Moher.
Perfect. That's very
You
good.
actually can walk back to the very end and come back. And it
Sounds
takes
good.
an hour and a half.
Cool.
You're coming down.
Oh, coming down?
Heading to
Okay.
the-
All right. Thank you very much. We'll have a look.
Where are you from?
Germany.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, Germany. So we get to ride the bikes up all the way, basically to the top, to see the Cliffs of Moher. That is awesome. So, secret little tip: don't take the big parking lot, the one exit, one beforehand, and then you get to go all the way to the top, which is really cool. Oh, and we're not the only ones here. Yes. Yes. Aber wie geil ist das denn, ey?
Das war die Empfehlung auch von dem anderen, oder?
Ja, aber ist doch geil, bis hier hoch.
Ja, super.
Mega geile Nummer. This mess here. I mean, there were like 2 cars and us as 2 bikes. And this is where you could go instead. With all the freaking tourists. So, yeah. That was definitely the better choice. So we're in a small little by road to the main road that takes us along the coastline. It's quite beautiful. Good road conditions for a change too. And the landscape is definitely changing quite a bit from sort of the early areas we've seen to this now, this sort of bare mountain top. It's almost like there's snow on top of that mountain. Of course it isn't, it's warm enough. But it's pretty interesting scenery around here. Also, I like it when the sort of area opens up a little bit. You know, the hedges and all the greenery, that's great, but you can't really see and appreciate the landscape around you. Here it is great. You can get a good view of everything. But I've got this really interesting rock here. It looks very different to the other parts of the island that we have seen so far. It's really bare, but beautiful. Check out this town here. And the houses and construction. The landscape. It's really cool. It's very diverse looking island. This looks like a very, very different part of what we have seen earlier. So guys, we're in Clifton right now. It's a cute little town, but there's so many of those smaller places. It's not even a very small place, but they're really busy with traffic. You know? Okay. So, Sky Road is next. That is supposed to be a very scenic drive. But at the moment we leave town, we should hit the Sky Drive. I'm very curious to see what that's all about. Let's see the Sky Road. It's about a 10 kilometer loop. So I'm about 10 minutes out from my accommodation tonight, and because Sebastian booked his accommodation so late, just a week before we left, it was a short notice decision to come along to this trip. Tonight we don't have the accommodation in the same location, so he has his about 10-minute drive away, which is on the route. So we're gonna say goodbyes, and we're gonna have some solo nights and then find something to eat, and then I'll have to leave a bit earlier tomorrow and pick him up. It's been an amazing day. We've lots of variety so far, and we're lucky with the weather. I hope it's gonna stay like this for a few more days. But it was a fantastic day. See the island. Oh, the pub here is supposedly the only place where you can get something to eat. Oh, if you find it. Oliver's pub, perfect. Vad efter då?